infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power.
Infinite power. Infinite power.
Infinite
Shelby in there, but does no save. I think that was off, but still an opportunity for the Vipers, keeping him down here. And yet again, Murphy keeps it up. That's a block. Shelby's got nothing. Levi goes up, slams it home, upper 90, no chance. And that extends the lead, Lasagna.
Yeah, the Vipers have been really solid in their airplay, especially on offense, whereas the Rams...
I don't think I've ever seen a grog. Is that save on the other end was absolutely beautiful there, and they get it going the other way, which is going to work out in their favor, but Tecti able to flick that one in. Ollie hesitated, and that hesitation cost them a goal on the scoreboard here. Tecti flying through the air, gets a good touch with the wheels, flip reset, flips it in.
No, definitely not, but you got to, just like last time, unfortunately, maybe the kickoff goal early, and
oh my goodness.
What a touch. It just shut me up.
Yeah, this is, I mean, the fact that he got a reset and got one more touch on it.
Wow.
That was an incredible shot by Ward, arguably undefendable.
What is up, FDL, and welcome back to our third night of streaming here. I'm joined with Clover. How are you doing, Clover?
I'm alright. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited because we have an elite match to start us off. We have the Griffins versus the Gators. You want to tell us a little bit about some of the players we see on the field here?
Looking at a pretty big MMR difference from what I've heard so far. Looking pretty interesting for today, actually.
It definitely is. We are going to get, as you guys will see at home, a pretty large sub up. If you're ready, Clover, let's put the players in the lobby then.
Alright.
And here it is. We are going to have Burning Energy subbing up from the expert team all the way to the elite team for this match tonight. We'll be playing with Zuggs, who good save off there off the start, but yeah, this should be a solid match. I'm curious to see how Burning will perform in this higher salary lobby.
It's looking like a shot from Slasher there. Barely sneaking that one in.
Yeah, just solid pressure and a good demo. This may turn out to be a theme for tonight's first match, where Slasher just getting a demo on Zuggs. It leaves a lot of time and space. As many at home will know, Zuggs is I believe a 2,000 plus MMR player, so he gets rounded down. His salary is not always doing him justice, but I'm thinking we might see some demos on him tonight to try and get the ball in the net for the Gators team. But as I say that, Burning Energy, a dunk on Slasher puts this up. Slasher's going to take his time and go slow. He's got possession. A flick, but Zuggs is going to collect. Now Chris up. Chris and Burning meet in the air. Goes to ceiling. Slasher's going to take possession. No boost. Gets bumped by Zuggs. Zuggs now on the ball. Full tank of boost. Let's see what he's got here. He puts this center for Burning. And Burning and Zuggs, they strike back in the first minute of this game.
Yeah, great pass there from Zuggs to put that straight in front of the net there. Good shot from Burning. Looking like a pretty even game so far. Great kickoff for the Gators there.
Yeah, a little bit of more pressure on the Gators side, but not too much. Not too much to worry about if you're the Griffins. Slasher, though, he's going to put that in front of net, and Zuggs has to make a 0 boost save. Now Burning, a little bit of time, but he takes a little bit too much there. Slasher is able to get a good challenge on him. Now Zuggs fakes the flip reset, leaves it to Burning, and he's looking for a couple bumps. He's getting Slasher a little bit there. Now he has the ball in the air. Burning's up, actually. He's going to put a shot on. Good shot, good save. Slasher keeps that out. And now Griffins on a counterattack. Burning with the early challenge to try and give Zuggs some space here. And then a flip reset from Slasher almost in. And the Griffins are now on a counterattack. Slasher and Zuggs a drag race back towards the net.
We're looking at some pretty back and forth pressure here from Gators and the Griffins. I mean, So far, it's just whoever messes up first, from what I'm seeing. What about you?
Yeah, and the Gators shutting us up pretty quick there, as Chris, just a little bit of a cheeky demo hunt here, takes Zuggs out of the play, and Slasher, he's just able to drive that into net and collect with halfway remaining in this match.
Really good kickoff there from the Griffins. I mean, beautiful beat from Zuggs and a great follow-up from Burning there.
Yeah, it doesn't really get better than that, just to get scored on and immediately take that back off of the, right off the kickoff. And yeah, Clover, we're gonna have a back and forth match. If not to hedge your bets too early, but who do you think has an edge into this match off of this game 1 performance so far?
So far, I just want to put it based off of MMR. I mean, with a 20 sal, it's kind of tough if you're in the Star League, from what I'm seeing. One of the highest in the league, for sure.
Yeah, the difference in playstyle from Zuggs to Burning might pose an issue, but Zuggs almost able to put that in on a solo play there, and he's still keeping up pressure. He's keeping it in the Burning's half, in the Gators half. Burning gets demoed there. Zuggs now he's taking it into corner to keep possession. Good challenge from Burning. It's a 2v1 for Slasher. He's no boost. Zuggs is up, and he puts that off of crossbar. A counterattack. Burning gets demoed, but Slasher's unable to put that on net, and the Griffins, they're going to stay on offense here.
We're looking at some great defense here from the Gators, though. I mean, shot from Chris, barely putting that one in. Zuggs not able to get back exactly, with not a lot of boost to work with there. Unfortunate there from the Griffins, sorry.
All good, and we're going for the kickoff here at the 118 mark. It's going to go to the Gators side. Slasher, he's going to take possession, and it looks like he's going to take to the air. Burning opts to leave it as he thought he was beat, but that leaves Zuggs in an awkward position. Slasher, he's an elite player. He has control in the air, and he's able to beat Zuggs and double their lead.
We're looking at some really good performance here from the Gators tonight. I mean, for being in a salary gap like that, it's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, Slasher, he's really putting on a show for us. He might actually crest the 1,000-point club here if he gets some saves or another goal going. Feeling pinch and a demo almost puts one in for the Griffins, but Slasher, he's able to collect. That puts him ever closer to the coveted 1,000-point mark, and Gators are going to get a second safety net with only 40 seconds left. They're looking to take this game 1 in a fairly commanding fashion with lots of pressure. It's 10 shots to 4 right now. We'll see if that changes as we go into the final moments of this game, and it does. Slasher, what a shot.
Perfect placement there from Slasher. I mean, I gotta say, good positioning there. Reading that he was on the backboard, not able to get to that just quite. We're looking at some really good performance here from the Gators.
Zuggs there, he wasn't quite expecting that angle out of the Gators player. It's taken to the air now, and he passed to Burning Energy. Slasher's going to put that off to the side. Now Chris will collect. He gets early challenged, and a good bump from Burning makes him awkward. But now the ball flies out to Slasher. He's taking it up the wall, off to ceiling. A good beat on Burning. He's somehow bumping him in the air there. And as the final seconds tick down, the Gators will take this game 1. But I'm wondering, at what score will the board be when the ball hits the ground? It will be 6-2, a commanding win from the Gators here. And what do you think the Griffins might want to change going into this game too?
I'm seeing a little bit of overcommits from Burning, just a tiny bit. But other than that, I mean, Zuggs is playing decently well. Just honestly touches, I would think. The passes are a little bit far from what I'm seeing. But other than that, I mean, not a whole lot.
Yeah, a little bit of overcommit on the Griffin side can definitely hurt. I see Burning oftentimes on zero boost and not able to get back on defense fast. It might be a little bit of the effect, because I can tell you when Burning and I are playing, the clears and the counterattacks from the opposing team are not this fast. So it's a little bit of a change in just a change in the nature of defending when you hop up to this elite league. Now, as we're hopping into game 2, we're gonna look at a Burning versus a Chris with a K kickoff here to start us off. Let's see where this one's gonna head out to. It's out to the Gators side. Burning missing the boost there. Slasher taking both. He beats both, but it does not look like he can get there. Looks like he's trying to center this. Chris not able to put a fantastic shot on. A little bit awkward there. Now Zuggs is going to carry this out. He beats one. Burning, in going for a bump, accidentally takes that out. And he almost redeems himself with a fantastic shot there, but the post is his enemy in that case scenario and does not go in. Now Chris, low boost, goes up against Burning. A good dunk. Now Zuggs 2v1 against Chris and Slasher. Burning, he's now back on defense. He's the only one with boost on his team. Zuggs with a good clear. He's going to grab mid boost here. Chris beats him though. And now a little bit awkward, a little bit team bumping on the Griffins end. A Gators shot. Slasher's up for a double and doubles it around Zuggs to put the Gators up 1-0.
Really strong coming out from the Gators here. I mean, great performance so far. I mean, not really much else I can say, other than it's looking like the Griffins are going to have to step it up a little bit, maybe with a Spanish.
Yeah, an interesting kickoff strategy that we don't normally see in a lot of our Rocket League matches. Zuggs coming off the ceiling with a ground pinch almost around a zero boost Gators defender. Now he's up versus Chris. He flies out to corner. And ball's going to just hover a little bit. Slasher's going to take the initiative and get this out with a good air dribble. Looks like he almost got the flip reset there. Now Zuggs in a counterattack. Fully content to play this air game of freestyling. But now Chris on a counterattack, he does not look like he can get the double, but it doesn't matter when there's no defenders back for the Griffins. Slasher's able to get up and get the second goal for them. Where are they going wrong, Clover?
I mean, honestly, I just think they're not playing as fast as they could be, as well as their boost management isn't the best. They're kind of slow getting back and a little bit of double committing from what I've seen so far this game. And, ooh, close shot there from Burning. Zuggs in a 1v1. Handles it pretty well. Great save there. And
yeah, another good
Burning
save,
shot.
Zuggs. And perhaps Slasher, as he's up now again with space, is enjoying the extra time he has to take possession of the ball in these dangerous plays. He's been mechanical so far this series, and they got to find a way to shut him down, because he is currently roasting the Griffins defense, scoring, I believe, almost all of the Gators' goals in these two games.
Beautiful beat there from the Gators. Hopefully, let's see something cool here, maybe. Good fake there from Slasher. Not quite able to get it in. And a great shot from Zuggs to follow it up. Good placement there from... Sorry, I'm stuttering so bad.
Yeah, Zuggs there. He's able to use his empty jump to get back to the ground and it kind of fakes out Slasher a little bit, expecting a quicker shot coming out from the Griffins, and then he's met with just another, like, he's met with a fake, and Zug's able to put that in off of a little bit of extra time that Slasher gave him expecting the shot. But as I say that, the Gators are striking back quickly. Chris with, I believe, his first or maybe second goal of the series so far, and yeah, they're putting up a commanding lead so far coming into game 2. It's looking almost like a repeat of game 1. It seems like the Griffins were not really looking to change anything. Zug's almost putting that in off the air dribble bump, and a counterattack turned wide by Burning. He's now in a little bit of an awkward spot. A good 50 though. He's going to keep on it. Now Zug's taking over the ball. Slasher, he's going to hit this poorly to Burning, and Burning is able to sneak that into the corner to put only 2 goals in the hole for the Griffins.
It's looking like the Gators are having a little bit of overcommitting just for Burning to sneak that one in. And, ooh. Just unfortunate. No boost there.
That one hurts if you're Burning. Off of kickoff, you maybe miss a pad or two that you meant to pick up, and you go to jump not looking at your boost meter, and you realize, oh shoot, it's going in my net. And on ones like these, you just gotta keep your head on and recover on it. The Gators trying to offer no time for the Griffins' recovery. Slasher already back in the air, putting this to backboard for his teammate. Chris, no boost, decides to stay back, but Slasher off the demo is already respawning and is already early challenging this Griffins team. Again and again, he's back there, and the Griffins, they just are getting a little bit suffocated. They don't have the time as Slasher early challenges. Again, they don't have the time to get any offense or any clears going in their favor.
100%. The Gators are playing really well this game, I would say, or this series. It's looking at, ooh, close shot there from Burning. We're seeing Slasher in possession here. Hopefully he can do something. Gets it around Zuggs. Burning on the back wall. No boost though. Could be interesting. Chris with a demo. We're gonna see Zuggs clear this one out. Good pressure there from Slasher to get it away from Zuggs. Chris with not a great touch. Good save there from Slasher. Zuggs with full boost. We're going to see if he can do anything. Great double there from Zuggs off the ground to put that one right behind the defender there. What do you have to say about that one?
Yeah, just a great use of the flip. Not using it in a traditional ceiling shot. I think Chris might have gotten there. He was expecting that high shot to a corner of net. But Zuggs there, he's just... He kept it kind of simple there, just using the ground as his friend instead of his enemy there. The Griffins on offense again off of that little bit interesting kickoff. Zuggs opted to take possession off the kickoff rather than leave it up to a little bit of the Lady Fortune to decide where the ball was going to go off the kickoff. But now we're counting down the final seconds. Slasher almost puts that one on net. And the ball will touch here for another Gators win. The Gators are now on match point, and I'm wondering if we're going to see a timeout from the Griffins. I know a lot of elite players generally just like to be in the flow of the game rather than take like a long break. So I'm not sure that they'll take it. Doesn't look like they're going to quite yet. But man, do you think the Griffins have it in them to come back again after, especially in the same fashion that their star team did last night? If you guys at home did not catch that, then I highly recommend going and checking out the VOD for that game. It was a banger. But do you think this Griffins team has a shot at coming back, or do you think the game is solved?
I think, honestly, the Gators are looking really strong. It might be a little hard for the Griffins to come back here. And based off of how each team is playing, Slasher's just, he doesn't care. He's just going. He's playing really well as that's some really good chemistry with Chris. You can't really do better than that.
Yeah, the chemistry between those two a little bit unexpected as Chris, many of you guys know, has not been here for some seasons. Although Slasher now, he's taking an Eagles moment. Slasher was taking his time on the ball but didn't have boost, and Burning, a little bit of a misflip, touches the ball into his own net and bumps his teammate out of the way. Just a really unfortunate own goal. Only 7 seconds into the match, and now you have to fight your way back, not only in the series but in the goal department as well. Burning a flick, it goes off of Chris, and now a little bit of awkwardness in the Gators corner. Zuggs with a touch to make it awkward for Slasher. Burning now, he's coming in, he's looking for it, he got it behind Slasher, a good bump too. He's looking for a 50, he gets it. But Slasher, he's bumping Zuggs out of the way, and now both Gators players up, looking for a freestyle passing play, and they will hit it. Chris to Slasher, midair to backboard to in your net. What a play.
Amazing angle there from Slasher. I mean, really shows what the Elite League has to offer here. The Gators are just pushing through this one. They want it over.
The Gators looking for a sweep here to, oh no, a feels backflip moment. I salute Burning. He did not, a little bit of a controller miss input, and on an otherwise pretty routine save. But yeah, as you're saying, the Gators are, well, for lack of a better term, stampeding away with this game and this match so far, with a lot of aggression and early challenges. A good fake from Burning, but Zuggs with no boost. He can't get back to the ball, and he still is low boost. Slasher's in the air, a flip reset to the backboard, and a fantastic save from Zuggs, but a little bit of disruption on the back line keeps them in the mud. Zuggs now on the ball, he takes it to the air, Slasher's on backboard, close to a good bump. Slasher with an awkward clear, trying to dodge the bump, puts it straight to Burning, and the Griffins collect their first goal for game 3 and really give us a match here.
100%. I think the Griffins might have it in them to come back here. But with how the Gators are playing so far, who knows? They're doing everything they can to stay in possession, making great touches to each other as well. I mean, it's just, that's what you expect from the Expert League. I mean, or Elite? Yeah, it's Elite. I'm so sorry. But really good shot there from Slasher again. I mean, he's just not stopping. Like I've been saying, I mean, he's doing really well this series.
Yeah, just the confidence boost from being up those games. It really is going to show how much it influences a player's speed. There's no hesitation. Zuggs with a double reset there, showing us that he's still got it, but unfortunately with no boost, he's got to make an awkward clear, and Chris does not put that quite on net. Now Burning and Slasher 50-50. Zuggs, he has boost, he has a little bit of time, and he has the ball. Can he get it done? No. Chris is able to come in. Now Burning, he's got one touch and a little bit of boost. Can he get another? He fakes out Slasher though, and he puts this towards net. Chris with an awkward save. And now Slasher, he's trying to take this towards Griffin's net for their 5th goal this game. But Zuggs denies, and now he's on ceiling. Empty jump to get down. He's taking it back up wall, on ceiling again. And now he's going to go with a play that we've seen him do before this match. He's hit it to the ground with a flip and gone for a double, but the Gators, they've grown used to this. And now, wow, almost a successful offensive play there. Chris with a bump, and it turns into a counter attack for Burning Energy, and a good flick to pass it past the Gators defender.
Really good shot there from Burning. I mean, that's really hard to defend when you're rushing back to your own net. And looking at a kickoff win from the Gators. Okay. And looking like Zug is in possession here. He might have a shot opportunity. Takes it right out and will get it top right. That's a great shot from Zugs.
Yeah, the Griffins they're keeping us at the edge of our seats. The Gators would like to have you think the series is over, but with 2 minutes left on the clock and only a 1-goal deficit, the Griffins have a shot at beginning this reverse sweep, but they have to score 1 before that can happen. Burning with possession, he puts a shot on Slasher, he saves it, but it's awkward. It's free for Zugs. Zugs is up. Slasher, he doesn't have a good look at the early challenge on the ball, and Zugs, he out 50s him and puts it into the corner of the net.
Yeah, really good fake and then into a 50 dunk there from Zugs. I mean, that's a really good play. We're looking at some good possession here from Zugs. It's a breezy, close double, good save there from Chris. They're gonna have to respect him here. Burning, going at it with no boost. This could be a potential counterattack from the Gators. Good block there from Zugs. Not quite enough boost there from Burning to be able to score that one, but Gators with a potential 2v1. That's some good defense there from Chris, passing it back to his own teammate.
Yeah, Burning now.
Good bump there from Burning.
He's recognized that Slasher is a big threat, and he's been bumping him some. Slasher finding a little bit less success on the offensive end, a little bit less boost, a little bit less time, and a little bit less time on the field especially. Zug's getting in on the action there as well, bumping Slasher off the ball. And he's got a little bit of possession, but an early challenge and a shot from Chris turned away by Burning. These are the kinds of saves you need to be making if you want to stay in this game. But Zugs, unable to save that ripper of a shot. 99 kph here to the top corner from Slasher. The Griffins need to score in this next 30 seconds. Otherwise, they're going home.
Yeah, we would not like to see that. And
yeah,
pretty
here
good
on
kickoff there
FDL.
from Burning. Good save from Slasher. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, here on FDL, we like seeing these game 4 and 5 series. So I would like it if the Griffins could score just 1 here, bring us to overtime. Zugs with the ball, but Chris a good challenge, and he's able to get back to it again. Burning has to toss this off to the side. Slasher's on the ball. Griffins, they really only have this play to score. Burning, he's up with full tank of boost, 0 seconds. The ball cannot touch the ground now. And Slasher, he's going to make it clear, and he's going to try and bump Zugs. Zugs is able to keep it up. Makes it clear. Chris, he is respecting the rule to keep it up. Zugs, he's up. He sends this to backboard. The Gators players nearly bumping into each other, and Burning on making the catch off the backboard clear does not get the touch he wants, and the ball drops. Gators are going to take this one in a sweep. Slasher with his second entry into the 1,000-point club.
Really good performance there from the Gators. I mean, really good team playing as well. I mean, the chemistry there was really unbelievable. And even with the MMR gap, I'm quite surprised. How about you?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I've seen a couple match results, and Burning and Zugs have taken down, or at least come very close to, some surprising opponents. So I was, not to say expecting a little more, but I was buckling in for a longer series here. But the Gators, they really just took it home. And see, we do have one of the Gators here, and actually both of the Gators here. Welcome, guys. How does it feel to win in that definite fashion there?
It feels good to win.
Like I never left.
Absolutely feels good to win. Now, You guys, did you have any particular strategy going into this match, knowing or unknowing that Zuggs was playing, knowing? Because he is oftentimes a large threat on the field.
I didn't know who we were playing until 5 minutes before. I don't know about Chris.
Oh, I definitely said don't let Zuggs on the ball and we win.
Not much strat. Just hit the ball fast.
Yeah. You guys seemed to pretty much shut down Zuggs there. Slasher, I wanna give you a pat on the back for that offensive demonstration that you had there. You were keeping the Griffins honest, just ripping shots at net and getting those early challenges. So I wanna commend you on that because I saw that really making a difference there. Now, Clover, do you have any questions for these two gentlemen?
Slasher specifically, I would like to ask, how do you feel about your performance today? Do you think you kind of peaked, or that you could do better?
I wouldn't say peaked, but like I played pretty good. I was kind of mad because you guys probably remember I think it was in the last game, the one play where I got the pre-jump reset double touch, and who was the guy that wasn't the one typing? Who taught him how to squishy save? He came out and then squishy saved it, dude. I was so mad about that. I kind of puked with the one shot though. I think it was the second game, the pre-jump double.
Mhm.
But I was kind of mad about that other one.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think we all would. But
Yeah.
how about you, Chris? How do you feel about your performance today?
I think I carried, I really enabled Flasher to do his thing.
Truth.
That's, you can only carry things if you lift from the bottom. That's how, that's how physics work. So, just Chris
mean-
doing Chris things.
Truth.
Yeah, he's holding up that lower scoreboard slot there. He's making sure that's all sound.
Someone's got to be there.
Yep.
But Clover, if you don't have any more questions for our Gators today, then I will give you to the floor. Is there anyone you wanna shout out, or if you want to call anyone out, if you're excited to play them in the future, then go for it.
Dude, I forget the name of the one guy. I think it was my first game of the season, dude. One guy was just toxic in a game. I honestly, I crashed out. I'm gonna be real. So I don't know. I honestly don't remember who that was, but whoever it is, I'd probably be excited to play them. I can't think of anything else though. But I kind of crashed out on that one guy. I'd be excited to play him again.
A little revenge match. How about you, Chris?
I just looked at the stats. All of my scores in all 3 games combined don't equal slashers. So, to answer your question, do I get to play Prosperity again? I don't remember the question. I hope I get to, though.
Who's Prosperity?
Prosperity 2K.
Prosperity 2K.
He's on the.
He
He's
is
on a
on
team.
the Coyotes.
I need to look up the schedule real quick. I want to play.
Yeah,
him.
he on the Coyotes, and you guys play them in week 7.
That's criminal.
Oh, the person I'm
made this
referring to
schedule.
got dropped from their team. Hey, not surprised, man. He was toxic for no reason, dude. I was heated that game. Like I don't like when people are just toxic. Like I jokingly, me and one of them pinched it from my side of the field into their net, and I said calculated because obviously it's a joke, and he started crashing out in the chat and being toxic. Okay, yeah, dropped toxicity. So thank you, man. That actually makes me feel so much better because people were taking his side in the chat after. I was so sad. That makes me feel good.
But yeah, thank you for joining us in that interview, and thank you for giving us a quick match. I'm rather hungry right now, so from me at FDL and our streamer Original Thor and my co-caster Clover, we thank you guys in the FDL community for coming out, and join us in about 20 minutes for the next match we have today. We have the Origin Monkeys Vipers. So till then, checking out. See you guys.
Thank you. See you.
Let's go, monkeys.
Yep.
Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power.
Infinite power. Infinite power.
took me down, had me feeling alone. So long, darling. Right here and now, we can try this again. If you're in, I'm in, darling. I finally see what I need to be free. Fall from what I was led to, but no holding back. I've made up my mind. Seeing what's next, I'm not sure what I'll find. Holding the key firmly in my hands. I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move.
Good evening, FDL viewers. Welcome to another Sunday night matchup. Here we have an Origin League matchup between the Monkeys and the Vipers. Both of these teams looking for an important win here. And I am lucky enough to be graced by not the four-leaf variety, but the fellow casting variety of Clover. Clover, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Mr. Freak, and it's looking like we're having a good matchup here tonight. Vipers versus Monkeys, both pretty solid lineups from what I'm hearing. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I definitely think, both of these teams are really at this juncture in the season, got to win. Monkeys 0-4, unfortunately. Vipers 1-3. But both teams seem to be putting out at least A or B lineup. We do seem to have a possible reserve coming in on the Vipers side. But I'm excited to see some Rocket League. So why don't we get these players going and watch some RL?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's see who's taking the kickoff. Assuming Origin does left goes. I think they do. We look like we got... What car is Conway in? I don't think I've seen that car before, but got Flauza and Matt Knight going for the kickoff. That's going back to the Monkeys' favor. Oh, Conway just missing that touch right there. Flauza clears it, but Mr. Pickles is there to read it. Good backboard defense by Flauza. He should be able... It looks like he's going to leave it for Conway. Conway maybe trying to push this one center. Does get a center ball. Flauza's going to go for it. That was a great opportunity just off the crossbar. So definitely a good opportunity right there for the Monkeys. Maybe, do you think this is going to be their first win of the season, Clover?
I guess we'll have to see. I mean, we can't really see much yet, but we'll see after the first game or so, I would think.
Yeah, definitely a must win for them. Mr. Pickles ball carrying, a nice flick, but Flauza should have that. Handles it pretty well, but that's bouncing dangerously. Oh, Matt Knight, that's not the touch he wanted. I think he might have meant to flip there. We're all guilty of doing that sometimes. But again, another nice opportunity from the Monkeys, but a nice clear from Matt Knight. He's going to follow that and pick up the mid boost. Doesn't go for the boost steal. I'm a little bit surprised with that. It's a good opportunity. Flauza on the clear, not able to get much out of the way, but he did pick up the boost. And Matt Knight's there. Nice job by both of the Monkey players to keep that clear. Conway's trying to hit it down. Conway continuing to follow it. Gets it center. Is that in? But Flauza's there. And there is goal number 1 to the Monkeys. I definitely feel like the Monkeys have more pressure right now. What do you think, Clover?
Oh yeah, 100%. They're keeping really good defense, making great touches to each other as well. I think the Monkeys are playing really well so far this game. I mean, I'm rooting for them, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's always a little bit of a question when you have a reserve coming in, and was this a planned reserve coming in for the Vipers, or is this kind of spur of the moment, somebody had a conflict come up? So, but the Vipers have some pressure right now. Matt Knight kind of waiting on that. He's a little low boost, but he's going to stay around and challenge, which I don't hate that decision there. But Conway's got plenty of boost. He's in control of the ball. They've got a very nice opportunity if they can just drop this ball center. Oh, great demo by Mr. Pickles, is able to demo Flauza just before he can get the ball on target. So can the Vipers respond with this? Matt Knight is there to read that play. Mr. Pickles is there, and that ball is hit up a bad clear by Flauza, and it's a tie ball game now. So definitely a good job by the Vipers to come back.
Yeah, 100%. We're looking at a pretty tied up game here. Great plays by both teams, and it's looking like Vipers with a shot chance here. Takes the shot, Mr. Pickles. Great patience there from him. Great control.
Now, Clover, I know you're a pretty solid player. Like, what do you do in that position if you're Flauza? Do you wait or do you challenge immediately?
Me personally, I would probably wait for the shot until I see an opportunity to just go.
Definitely an awkward spot to be on a kitch up, though. Oh, no, getting a latency variation. I know that the Rocket League servers have not been great lately. Hopefully that's just for Conway and not for the entire server. But it is unfortunately part of the game. So the Vipers seem to have come alive a little bit. I mean, obviously getting a kickoff goal like that is a good morale booster. Oh, but the Monkeys have a great opportunity here. Can Conway get that on target? No, he's not able to, but Flauza's there and blocked. Good defense there by the Vipers. Matt Knight's going to bump that center and go look for boost. Pickles does get a hit, but it's just off. Flauza not quite able to get the half flip off. Conway getting the ball passed. Can he get this ball touch center for his teammate? No, Mr. Pickles is going to clear that out. I would say Clover, it seems pretty back and forth now. What do you think?
I'm thinking it's just up to whoever has the most pressure by the looks of it. It's up to boost management as well. And counterattacks have been pretty decent so far. It could be anyone's game still. The Monkeys definitely have a chance to come back here. Good shot by Flauza. Great pass by Conway. It doesn't get better than that for us here in the Origin League.
Yeah, that was a great play. Nice center ball by Conway. Good finish by Flauza. And you just have to hope they don't have any issues on the kickoff, because I think that's the worst thing that can happen. We've got Mr. Pickles and Flauza going for the kickoff. Looks fairly even. Mr. Pickles is able to get boost, but Conway stays on that ball and does not get back into the Vipers' half. Conway's going to look to disrupt a little bit. Flauza gets a touch, keeping it in the offensive half, but a good 50 is going to put that back towards midfield. Mr. Pickles looking for some boost. He's trying to pick up some pennies. That's not necessarily a danger yet, but he does need to get enough boost to make a save. Matt gets a pretty good clear. Conway is there, but it goes off the top of his car. So I would say a pretty good defensive stand there from the Vipers. I mean, I definitely think this matchup is very even right now, Clover. It's hard to pick which one is going to win.
100%. We're looking at some pretty good defense and some pretty good shots. I mean, like I said, it could just be up to the small things, like little mistakes like that. Conway just barely backflipping, and that's going to be a goal from Mr. Pickles there.
Yeah,
just
that's
making
an
him a little awkward.
backflip there. It's clearly not what he wants to do, and hits at the worst time. Mr. Pickles able to pop that over him, even with, let's say, Conway's car playing a little bit of interference. So can the Monkeys bounce back from that mistake? And so often in close games like this, it's one mistake that decides who the winner is.
100%. We're looking at a shot opportunity here from the Vipers. Conway looking at some possession. Matt Knight cutting it off. Flauza maybe with a pass here. Mr. Pickles with a good save to get that ball out of there. Flauza says nope and sends it right back. Vipers missing the touch just barely. Conway with a shot. Mr. Pickles with a great save, clearing it out of there. Mr. Pickles with the follow-up again. We're looking at Flauza with pretty decent save, trying to just keep it out. Let's see if... Nah, unfortunately, not able to get to that ball, and that's going to be game 1 to the Vipers.
Yeah, I feel that was a very even game. I think could have gone either way. Same number of shots from both teams. Arguably maybe a little bit better defense from the Monkeys, but same number of shots and saves on both sides. Same number of assists. It's just you look at that one mistake of that backflip and it hit at the worst possible time. So if you're the Monkeys in this situation, Clover, like how do you bounce back after a frustrating misplay like that?
I think switching up the play style just a tiny bit, maybe being a little more aggressive and taking more time when they do have it instead of banging the ball away. I saw Conway just throwing the ball away a couple times that game. That could really make a difference.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just keeping that control of it. They clearly showed they're able to set up nice team plays. And you know what? Mistakes are going to happen. But as long as you've got the opponent on the back feet occasionally too, then they're maybe not going to be as comfortable pressing up. So we'll see how the Monkeys respond. Obviously, at this point in the season, being 0-4, they really need a win. So let's get into game number 2 and see if the Monkeys can turn things around. See who we've got going for it. We've got diagonal kickoff with Matt and Conway going for it. Again, I would love someone to tell me what car that is, because I haven't seen it, and it's like an odd merge. That is a very frustrating start. We do have some packet loss, I'm seeing. I don't know if that's affecting everyone on the server. Hopefully that's not part of it. Granted, for the viewers, like, if the players feel like this is bad, they do have the opportunity to request a server reset. So we'll leave that up to them whether or not they request that. But that is an unfortunate start. And if you're down, oh, it looks like I timed out of the game. I don't know if that hit all of us. I am going to try and get back in.
All good. Floza with some pretty decent defense, even though he's just faking it. We're seeing a shot opportunity here from the Monkeys. Floza with a good amount of boost here. Mr. Pickles trying to keep possession. Close shot there from Conway, just right there. Mr. Pickles stealing his boost. Could be a decent opportunity here from the Vipers. Gets a bump on Flauza. Just barely
I'm
over
back in the game now, so.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, gotta love these psionic servers. But yeah, I just caught the tail end of that opportunity. It was a good opportunity, and I like the bump play. I mean, bumps are an extremely good thing to do. If you've got an opponent already on the back foot, get those bumps. So we will see if there's an opportunity for the Monkeys to respond. Oh, that's a great play by Mr. Pickles. Sets it up and is able to just cut it near post. Just barely sneak it in there. So really well played. I mean, do you think there's a risk if the Monkeys don't respond, Clover, that the Vipers will run away with us?
100%. I mean, the Vipers are coming off really strong this game, and we're looking at a potential win here unless the Monkeys decide to answer with something. And it's looking like they might be. Close shot from Conway, just barely over the net. Floza with a potential shot, gets a touch. Unfortunately,
that was a good opportunity. You know, these are one of the things where sometimes even if your opponent makes a save, getting that ball on target is enough to put the fear in them for the next opportunity. So let's see if the Monkeys can put some pressure like that. There is a lot of time left in this match. You know, the Monkeys, in a rough spot, and there is another one. Just tough pressure. It seemed like the Monkeys were not able to get out of their back corner. They have unfortunately the miss, and then you know, for that hit by Flauza, I almost want to call that server. It looked like he should have made more contact, but it went very weak. But still, this is very much going in the way of the Vipers right now. Oh no, please not a kickoff goal. All right, but Mr. Pickle's going to look to drop it down to his teammates. All right, Clover, what do you think the Monkeys need to do to turn it around here? There's still almost 3 minutes left, but you're down 3 goals.
I'm thinking just controlling the ball. Like, the touch there from Conway, he could have just stayed on the ground there and maybe taken possession, go for a flick maybe. But it's looking like the Vipers are just, they're just saying, hey, we're not doing this, right? We're in game 2. Half the game left, and they're up 3. It's not looking very good for the Monkeys right now.
Yeah, you know, I think, Clover, that's a really good call-out, because the Monkeys keep kind of getting caught in they're trying to get, let's say, not big clears, but just clears out of defense. And the way the Vipers are positioning themselves, they are just waiting for them. They're waiting around midfield, maybe just slightly further up for these clears, and so they've been able to keep the Monkeys back on defense quite a bit. Oh, another ghost hit there. Ken Matt Knight. Yep, he's able to get on that. Looks like he misses the ball there. That could be a dangerous spot. Conway gets a big hit center, and you have a side flip, but nobody's there to close it out. That was a great opportunity for the Monkeys. A good center ball by Conway, but dealt with very well by Mr. Pickles, and this could be a counterattack. But I like that play by Conway there, keeping the pressure on. Can the Monkeys get something on net? They've got to score. They've got to get some offense going. They had some good pressure there, but I don't know, Clover. They seem to struggle to break through right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot from the Monkeys right now. It's not looking very good. They're starting to put on some better pressure, though, and take more time than they have before, earlier on in the series. But it's looking still pretty strong from the Vipers. Ooh, that one's just
Oh.
barely off. Very unfortunate from the Vipers. You hate to see it.
And if you are the Monkeys, you are breathing a sigh of relief for that right there. You are thankful to our master at the post. But, oh, a great save. But Mr. Pickles, I don't think he realizes how open that net was. He had 0 boost, too. Does he have an opportunity? He's going to try and flick. He does flick, but Flauza does clear that ball out. But Matt Knight, again, they're hanging right around midfield to cut off any opportunity the Monkeys have to get out of their end. Mr. Pickles, again, with that same sort of defensive rotation. Flauza does clear the ball. They've got to score right now. So he's got to put this ball in a position where Conway can hit it. And that was a good pass, but it looks like maybe a bit of miscommunication from the Monkeys. And, this is just not going the Monkeys' way.
Yeah, not at all. The Vipers putting on some really good defense and some great counterattacking. In fact, we might be able to see something here. Unless Flauza goes. It's looking like they might have a shot opportunity. Ooh, great save there from Flauza. Just unfortunately not enough. And it's looking like game 2 to the Vipers. We've got some information here. Conway's car is the Nomad. Rocket Pass car from season
have not
6.
seen that. So, interesting. But yeah, I mean, definitely looking at this, I would say a close game from score-wise, but my goodness, look at the pressure differential. 11 shots to 0. You're not going to win a game if you're held on defense. And I mean, really, I feel, Clover, like the Vipers completely controlled that game.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the Vipers are honestly playing really well with their lineup. We're looking at some great touches, great defense. I mean, I'm thinking the Vipers might close it out, but let's pray that the Monkeys can still stay in this and potentially get a reverse sweep.
I am a little bit surprised that we haven't seen a timeout called. I feel like the Monkeys, should give themselves a breather, maybe take the opportunity to reevaluate the game plan. Again, at this must-win stage, they've got to get a win on the board, or at the very least, you think keep it from a sweep, because we know that win-loss differential is part of a tiebreaker. So here we've got Conway and Matt going for the kickoff, and it's nice to see a kickoff going in the favor, but Mr. Pickles does collect the boost and the ball, misses his touch out, trying to go for probably a big clear. Matt is there, does get the touch. He's going to try and dribble. Can he get it around? Challenged by Conway, but there's Mr. Pickles. Again, really solid positioning from the Vipers. They have been in just the worst positions, and there is goal number 1 for Mr. Pickles. Again, he's there to intercept the ball before it goes back into their half. Both defenders in kind of an awkward low boost situation. And, Clover, when you lose all your momentum, you're not able to go forward and save a ball like that.
Yeah, 100%. And really good shot there from the Vipers. Kind of faking it a little bit to go more to the left side of the net. And a great shot from Matt there. Just looking at a little bit of an awkward situation just off of the kickoff. Not quite the save that you want from Flauza. You more want a clear out to the side, but not much you can do there in that position.
Yeah, and I mean, a good aggressive choice there by the Vipers for Matt to follow that ball instead of maybe going to grab mid boost or something like that. But here's an opportunity for the Monkeys. Center ball, and there's a goal. That's got to be a huge relief for them. That was a nice center ball off a challenge. That maybe just a clean beat. Yeah, clean beat by Conway. Great center ball for Flauza. And Clover, that is the type of play we need to see from the Monkeys tonight.
Yeah, 100%. If we can get more plays like that, I think this will be going a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We'll see how the Monkeys respond here. Can they keep up that level of pressure? And I think if they can make them uncomfortable, Conway a little trouble dealing with that. Flauza keeping the ball. I like that. A little bit more control there in defense. But again, the Vipers are waiting to pounce, or I should say waiting to strike, if we're going to use snake vernacular. Right around that almost midline, basically keeping the monkeys consistently back in their hats. Mr. Pickles is going to challenge that with full boost. Definitely an awkward spot. Bounces center. Oh, just off the post by Matt. That was a great opportunity. Yeah, I think right here, if you're the monkeys, you got to play a little bit more patient. There's so much time left. You're not in a do or die situation right now in terms of this game. In terms of the series, yes. So I definitely, that is a brutal demo. I don't know. I feel like this is a tough win right now for the monkeys. What do you think, Clover?
Yeah, it's looking. The Vipers are just keeping them out of the possession and just taking really good challenges. Great positioning down here in the Origin League, and it's looking pretty good for the monkeys, I would say. Better than last game, 100%. And potential shot and pass here from the Vipers. Goes straight up. Ooh, Mr. Pickles getting beat. We got Flauza with a pass here. Great defense there from Mr. Pickles. And it's looking like Conway with a beat. Will he get the shot?
No.
Just barely off the crossbar. Flauza able to put that one bar down. Great pass there from Conway. And it's looking like the monkeys are still in this.
Yeah, that's a good sustained pressure play. Conway just off on the crossbar on that, but it's awkward enough. His teammates able to read it. And I would say, just looking at the shots, it's surprised it's not maybe more of a lopsided score. So the monkeys keeping that close, and that could be a great way to turn it around. So the monkeys finally getting a kickoff goal off a very pretty neutral, but a good cheat by Conway. And so, Clover, I really do think this is the type of momentum shift that they need to take advantage of if they're going to turn the series around.
Completely agree with that. And it's looking like the monkeys are doing a lot better than they were last game. In the lead as well. And Mr. Pickles is just there to tie it up, getting a beat on Flauza there. Just not enough time for Conway to get back, and you hate to see it if you're the monkeys.
Yeah, you work so hard to come back and get a lead. You get your own kickoff goal, and then you almost immediately surrender one. That is deflating. The monkeys have to come to this knowing that they can score, they can win a game here, and this is a good opportunity. Flauza is going to take this off the back wall. Kenny bounces center. No, that's well defended by Matt. He's got control. He's going up the side. He looks like was not able to steal the boost. Conway got the boost. Mr. Pickles putting that on target, but a good save by Flauza. And now Flauza's going to take possession of it, try and get center, but that's a great challenge in midfield by Matt. I don't think he's going to be able to beat him to the ball, but maybe he can get a bump or something. A little bit of a miscommunication from the Vipers, but it's very even, Clover, I'm feeling, in midfield play right now. I think, the Vipers maybe still have a bit of an edge with some of their rotations and their ability to keep stuff on offense, but I think it's very even in midfield right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing the monkeys are doing a lot better on defense as well, getting great clears and trying to make the Vipers a little awkward and out of their... Ooh, they're trying to get them to stay in their hole, actually, and it's honestly kind of working for them. Even on low boost, still keeping decent pressure. I mean, that's what you like to see. And what a save there by Flauza. Looking like a potential shot opportunity here from Matt. Not quite getting to the challenge from Conway. Flauza's going to pop this one upfield. And a little bit of a backflip there from Pickles. Great clear by Matt. And honestly, with only a minute left, this could be anyone's game. Monkeys with a potential shot opportunity here. Maybe if Conway... Nah, not quite. Matt's going to try and stick with it. Conway with a great challenge just to beat him right in the air. Good save there by Mr. Pickles, and taking his time, maybe trying to stall out the clock. That's a great challenge there from Pickles. And just an unfortunate touch back. We're going to see Conway challenge this ball now. Trying to get a pass. Close shot there by the monkeys. We're looking at not a lot of boost for the Vipers here.
Yeah, definitely a good exchange of play there by the monkeys. I mean, they had a great opportunity that was just off, and actually some misplays coming out from the Vipers, some missed touches. Maybe Mr. Pickle's trying to do a little bit too much, but here we go to overtime. This is do or die. You know, I feel like if you're the Monkeys, though, you got to be feeling good based on how the last game went that you've taken it to overtime. Mr. Pickles with a solo play, and he's been so effective in those. Oh, Matt is just off on the crossbar. That was a good opportunity. Flauza with a great challenge, and this could be a dangerous ball, but Mr. Pickles does play that into the corner. I do like how the Monkeys are staying around a little bit more to be annoying in offense. That's a dangerous center ball, but Flauza deals with that very well. Going to clear, might be able to steal the boost. Not going to go for the boost steal, but he is looking like he's going to try and pass to Conway. And that's a great play, but well defended by Mr. Pickles. Yeah, this Vipers team overall defends very well, Clover.
Yeah, 100%. And it's looking like the Monkeys have stepped up their defense as well. This could be anyone's game. And with how the Monkeys are playing so far, it's looking pretty good for them. And we're seeing 7 shots here from the Monkeys so far. And that's a great touch by Conway, barely scooping that one in. We're going to see a game 4 today.
You know, that's a nice win and a nice spot by Conway. Matt in an awkward spot. He's not facing the ball. He's not in a shadowing position. If Conway hits that with any decent pace, there's no way it's being saved. So, nice job for the Monkeys. Can they start the reverse sweep? We'll have to wait to next game to see what happens. But, you know, when you look at that, wow, the saves total, I would say, now kind of matching the shot inconsistency that's been weighted towards the Vipers. Now you have the defense really stepping up for the Monkeys, Clover, just like you called it.
Yeah, and it's looking like the Monkeys have just a little bit of potential to reverse sweep here. Even though they're down 1 game, I can definitely see that they're playing so much better, and they're definitely ready for a game 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you play against a really solid defense, it is frustrating, and it's more likely to lead to mistakes where you're overcommitting to try and force something to happen. So will we see that? You know, I've seen the Vipers play a little bit more physical of the two. So part of me wonders if they'll break out a little bit more of the demo plays to try and deal with some of that defense of taking the defender out. But only one way to find out. We'll get into game 4 here. Can the Monkeys continue with the reverse sweep?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean,
You do
Monkeys
love to
coming in.
see it. You do have to hope for it, right, Clover?
Oh yeah, 100%. I believe we've only seen 1 reverse sweep this whole season. I'm not too sure. But we're looking at some great pressure at the start of the game here from the Monkeys, making them a little awkward on the back wall there. Conway with a great challenge. Good save there from Matt. And Conway still sticking in it. You love to see it. Shot from Conway, saved by Mr. Pickles. And it's looking like the Monkeys are really stepping it up this game.
Oh,
Unfortunate
no.
miscommunication there. Yeah, you hate to see it. And Mr. Pickles is just going to drive that one straight in.
That is basically the last thing you want to have in miscommunication. I'm guessing you have one player that's in ball cam, the other player that's in car cam, and just not seeing one another. And you're right, Clover. I mean, after you had great pressure from the Monkeys to give up a goal like that, that is a really unfortunate circumstance. But now they know they can apply it. So Flauza hitting it towards center, but again, Mr. Pickles is there. He's been cutting off so much tonight around midfield. But Conway with a very good clear there. Mr. Pickles is going to go in the air for it, touching it to the sidewall. Flauza playing patiently, does get a touch, but is challenged. Conway did flip into that ball, maybe not getting the hit he wants, a little bit of an awkward ball. Flauza is there to steal that. That is bouncing center. Will Mr. Pickles be? Good 50 by Conway, able to control that ball. He is low boost, but I'm guessing he's going to try and get this ball center. Good challenge by Matt. Definitely, you know, Clover, the Vipers playing a lot in their half thus far. We haven't really seen that yet in the series.
Yeah, and it's looking like the Monkeys have stepped it up a lot compared to game 1. Or even 2, actually. And the Monkeys are just chasing down that ball. Maybe a goal. Ooh,
Oh, no!
Unfortunate. Saves the ball himself. I mean, it could be a scare tactic. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Flauza panicking, thinking, he clearly has a lot of respect for Mr. Pickles' defensive play, thinking he's going to save that ball, so he's got to beat him to it. Ends up saving his own shot. Again, hopefully that doesn't affect the mental too much of the Monkeys. Conway in a bit of an awkward spot, driving backwards. Oh, and he's just taken off and deleted. But Flauza coming in, able to turn that into a counterattack. That is an awkward ball, but Mr. Pickles looks like he has it. Going to clear that and grab the boost. Still on the ball sitting in the corner. Conway, good dribbles by Mr. Pickles. He's able to do this, but Conway is just not giving him a chance to breathe. Trying to push that center, not able to, but I really like the offensive rotations right now from the Monkeys. I feel like, Clover, like they're basically rotating in such a way to maintain any pressure they get.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And ooh, actually, it's looking like a potential shot. Good thing Mr. Pickles is there to save it. And honestly, the Monkeys having a lot of pressure this game. A lot of the plays have been on the Vipers side of the field so far. And it's looking like a potential, like another one. And I mean, Monkeys, I don't know what you did, but you're doing so much better this game.
I am noticing like they're low on boost a lot. They seem to be prioritizing pressure over boost, which can be good at times. You do have to watch it, and there is another team bump, unfortunately. But then you have a team bump. We have a team bump on both sides that results in each goal. If you are the Monkeys, you have to be grateful for that. Just a little bit of taste of their own medicine to the Vipers. So I feel like both of these teams are looking maybe a little nervous. What do you think, Clover?
Yeah, it's looking like the Vipers are starting to get a little more scared, and as you could see by that play, they were giving Conway a lot of respect there by seeing that he could possibly beat them to the ball, and it just ended up in a really unfortunate play just with the team bumps. But they're looking a lot more scared by the Monkeys, and ooh,
That ball
push up
just
there.
off by Mr. Pickles. That was an awkward ball and a dangerous position for the Monkeys, but they definitely escaped with that. Had Mr. Pickles shot that on that, neither of them would have been able to save it. But now they've got an offensive play, and that goal is in. Great play from Flauza. Definitely able to float that ball center. Sometimes in these positions, they're focusing so much on your teammate, they forget you can still hit the ball. And Flauza was actually able to beat his team and both defenders to the ball and score. So the Monkeys looking good in Game 4. Are we going to see a reverse sweep, Clover?
I would sure hope so. It just depends how good the Monkeys' defense is. I mean, with so much pressure comes so much defense. But I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Mr. Pickles has had some great solo plays. We'll see if he can continue with any of those, but kind of gives the ball away right there. Okay, he's staying on this. He's got full boost. Going to look to maybe set up a pass and gets a bump, but it looks like not able to get anything out of that play. The Monkeys have a bunch of time, but Conway just rushed it. Oh, that's tough. I think you're feeling you got to score in that situation. Hit to an awkward touch from Flauza, but a miss coming out. Two misses on either side, and that ball is just off. Oh my goodness. If you're the Monkeys, that's so frustrating, but it looks like they're going to get one just out of patience. Everybody flailing, not expecting that ball to go bar down and out. So, it feels like some of the things are just going the Monkeys' way now, as maybe the Vipers are getting a little bit more uncomfortable. And with 10 seconds left, Clover, I think we're going to Game 5.
Yeah, it's looking like a potential reverse sweep here from the Monkeys. And to be fair, who knows? They might have been monkeying around a little bit. Who knows?
Ooh. Or they might have taken an anti-venom. Who knows?
Mm.
Yeah, great win there from the Monkeys. For the first time this series, they've actually outshot the Vipers, and they had more saves than them. So I guess I'm curious. Like, do you think the Vipers now? If you're in the Vipers position, do you take a timeout here, Clover? Because now, like, you're going into a Game 5, momentum clearly going the way of the Monkeys.
Yeah, I would definitely take my time out here. And with how the ping is looking for all the players, it's looking like I don't know. Matt Knight could request a server reset, but unfortunately, I don't think they're going to. It's looking like they need to figure something out. I mean, keep up the pressure, make some touches outside of their half. But otherwise, I'm kind of thinking the Monkeys got this. I mean, it's looking really in their favor, and I guess we'll just have to see how Game 5 goes.
You know, Rocket League is such a game of confidence, and I feel like you've been able to see the confidence, unfortunately, kind of evaporate from the Vipers. They're missing touches, making miscommunications that they were not in the first two games. And so, again, credit to the Monkeys for the way they've turned things around. But here we go, folks. We've got Game 5. The series is on the line. We've got Mr. Pickles and Flauza going against one another. It looks like that is going to go to the Vipers' favor, but Conway is challenging that right away. And he really has been a player that has stepped up the aggression a lot. But Mr. Pickles getting a nice touch towards center. Flowers is going to pop that. Matt not able to get a touch. Mr. Pickles bumping both of the players, and he's going to turn this around, and he gets the boost. This is a dangerous spot for the Monkeys right there. But Flauza does clear that pretty well if he can get one more touch. Overall, handled well defensively, even if maybe a bit of a miscommunication. I definitely think it seems like defense has been the big determinant tonight, Clover, because whichever team cracks in defense, that's been who's lost.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, and it's looking like the Monkeys are not going to give up this game. Flauza with some great defense here and great touches, just trying to keep it out of his half as much as possible. And I guess we'll have to see if it works out in their favor. Unfortunate miss there by Flauza, just barely behind him. Just a little too fast into that play. And just a good shot from Mr. Pickles there.
Yeah, perfectly slotting it. I mean, honestly, I didn't think that was going to go in. I thought that Flauza was going to hit that too, or it was at least going to go up the post. So a great shot by Mr. Pickles, and scoring first is so huge in this Game 5. Mr. Pickles going to go for another solo play, but again, handled well and quickly. Definitely the Monkeys are challenging much more quickly, trying to make them aggressive. A good center ball. Can Flauza get that on net? Not able to. Is he going to keep up the pressure? Looks like he might go grab the mid boost and then potentially turn in challenge. Matt dribbling that 50 goes very fortunate for the Vipers. Oh, and then a miss from Flauza, but Mr. Pickles is in there. He's a little anxious to challenge that ball for the risk of the counterattack. Looks like Flauza continuing to challenge. Another dangerous ball, but Flauza is there again. This man seems to be everywhere in defense. I definitely think Flauza's got to be kind of like the defensive MVP right now for the Monkeys. Do you think agree, Clover?
Yeah, and it's looking like they really do give some respect to Flauza. Like, somehow they weren't challenging there for a second, even though it was kind of obvious he was awkward. But, I mean, Flauza's playing out of his mind this game just by defense. And, I mean, hey, look at that, 50s. And the Vipers here, not a lot of boost, potential goal. Great shot, or great save there by Flauza. And a decent bump by Matt. Flauza does get the beat and will take that goal 1, tying up this Game 5.
Great solo play here by Flauza. Collects the ball, flicks past Mr. Pickles, very well controlled, is able to catch up to that and get that in. And yeah, Flauza's playing super well this game. Something I'm surprised, I'm noticing a little bit from the Vipers is I feel like they're sitting back further. They're not playing that higher pressure, cut off things in the midfield immediately when the Monkeys are back in defense. And I don't think it's going in their favor, though. That could go in their favor. Oh, that touch doesn't go very friendly for the Vipers. Going back to their side, and Flauza is right on the ball. Conway is there. Oh, is this going to drift in? Mr. Pickles with a great save, able to read that, keep that clear. Maybe losing a little bit of control. Nope, he's got it again. Is going to flip around one defender. Going to go for the boost. But he does get challenged by Conway. But this is a bit of an awkward spot. A good 50, but still, the Vipers are definitely pressing here. They do not want to give this series up, even though it went to Game 5. They're thinking it should have been over in Game 3. We're going to get it done now. Mr. Pickles with the beat. Flauza should have this on the back wall. He does get the clear. That is a dangerous center ball. Oh my good. Oh, Matt follows up, reads the post bounce, and this is a great follow by Matt. But I really think that was kind of a misplay on that clear by Flausel. Do you agree, Clover?
Yeah, not the best touch in his corner and in front of his net. I mean, Flauza not looking too hot right now. Might be slowing down a little bit. But I can definitely tell that the Vipers were playing back, like you said. And I think it's just because they will not lose this Game 5. They just don't. They do not want to. They will take this win, is what I would assume they'd be thinking, playing so far back, giving them time. Like, they think, yeah, we got this all day, 100%. We strike, right? The Monkeys, they itch. So, we make them
Monkeys
nervous.
fling other things, right?
Yeah. But then again, Monkeys are really smart, so we'll have to see what they cook up here.
Yeah, can the Monkeys turn this around? Looks like a bit of a ghost touch, but that ball is going very much in the Vipers' favor. Well handled defensively by Flauza. There's still enough time, but they've really got to make it all count. Ooh, that's a bit of a danger. It's not going to go in, but definitely that's something you hold your breath when those 50s go that way. That's a good challenge by Conway. This will land awkwardly, but Mr. Pickles hits it a little too far out. Can Flauza put that on net? Good positioning by Matt to back up his teammate. This is a little awkward, but Conway should have that. Probably wanted more of a pinch there to get it center. Mr. Pickles gets the boost, does have the ball. This is a very awkward spot. Well defended by Flauza. And got Conway with no boost getting in the way of Flauza. Oh, that's a tough miscommunication right there. The Monkeys have got a score right now. I don't know, Clover, do you think they can?
Not too sure, based off how the 0 seconds have gone, and I think that's game.
That is
Vipers coming
unfortunate.
out with a goal at the last 2 seconds of the game, and so close to a reverse sweep from the Monkeys, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be game.
Yeah, they definitely seem to turn things around, but unfortunately that mistake of centering the ball was just really costly. Oh, and then they can't even get one to make it a 1 goal. But Clover, it was a great series overall. Honestly, very happy with what we got to see tonight.
Yeah, me too. And I mean, the Monkeys are really showing a lot of potential for this last series, and I'm thinking that Flauza might have some potential on the field for their next series. But really good plays, or really good games from the Vipers as well, with great pressure in the first couple of games, and then just saying, "Hey, we're taking it home." And I guess that's how the series went. Great plays, great games by both teams. I mean,
I definitely agree. I mean, it was a great Rocket League series we got to watch. Not sure if we will have enough time to get the Vipers in here. I'm going to check. But yeah, I mean, if you're the Monkeys, that's a tough loss. It was a loss when you need it, but maybe they can, do some replay analysis, look and see what they need to do, see if they can turn it around for the rest of the season. Because obviously, at this point, you've got half the season played, half it still to go. Definitely want to make playoffs, and right now, Monkeys are sitting at the bottom of their division. And if you're the Vipers, on the other hand, they've got to feel really good that they got to win.
yeah, and it's looking like. Hang on. Wait, are we getting the Vipers in here?
We have invited them. Oh, I think we've got one. I think
Yeah.
we might be seeing Mr. Pickles. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
How do you feel after that, like, stopping that reverse sweep? Clover and I were like, oh, are we going to see a reverse sweep tonight? But you guys wanted to make sure that we didn't get to see it. And
Yeah, I feel very good after that. It was pretty scary for a minute, but I mean, we knew we got it. They were a good team, but it was me and Matt's first time playing together, but I think we did pretty good. So, GG's to them.
yeah, correct me, like Matt's a reserve, correct?
Yes, he is.
Well, Matt, how do you feel coming in and picking up a win when you're stepping in as a reserve?
It feels pretty good to come in, and help the team get get a W like this. And hats off to the monkeys. Like Pickle said, they played really good. They came back and they took us to game 5. So hats off to them, and I just hope I can help the team moving forward from here.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Pickles, how happy are you with Matt's performance tonight coming in as reserve? You guys haven't played that much together.
Absolutely amazing. He did great. I wasn't sure, like, because I've never played with him, but then as soon as we started playing the games earlier, I was feeling good, and I was very happy with his performance. He did great.
Now, how did you guys feel after game 4? I mean, you're up 2, and then the Monkeys come back and win 2 in a row. How are you feeling? What are you talking about between games 4 and 5? We noticed neither team called a timeout, so we're just a little bit curious. Let us into the psychology of what you guys are thinking about.
Honestly, we were like a little nervous, but we were just thinking we got to go back to game 1 and 2. It's like we got to play the same. Like we wanted to be more offensive than them. Like the second game, we let them we had a lot more goals because we were just on the offensive side the whole time. We were just trying to get to that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that second game, you guys didn't allow them a single shot. So, yeah, 100% had control of that. And, yeah, great win. I have one more question, then Clover, I'll let you ask anything you want. What is your favorite type of pickle, Mr. Pickles?
Dill. I like the dill pickles.
All right, you've heard. I agree. Clearly, great minds think alike. So, Clover,
Yes.
anything from you?
I have another question about that username actually. Is it what I think it is? Like there was a show a few years ago that released on Cartoon Network's
I
late
do know what you're
night
talking about.
activities.
That is not where I got the username. I was actually just like sitting with my aunt and uncle just trying to find a username, and my aunt came up, like, said it, and I was like, that is the username that I want. But I do know the show you're talking about, and I do like it, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you have anything to say to the other teams for your future matches this series or this season?
I mean, I think we're a better team than people think, just because, like, our record. But good luck to everybody. All these teams are very solid, so just good luck to everybody. But watch out for the Vipers.
All right,
Yeah,
and
got to feel good to get that win at this point in the season.
Yes, very.
but with that being said, anything else you guys would like to say?
No, that's everything. That's everything I got.
What about you, Matt?
I'm good.
All right,
Awesome. Well,
and
I just wanted to extend a thank you to both of you guys for both the Rocket League and joining us for an interview. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I appreciate the interview.
and we will be seeing you again in about 12-ish, 15-ish minutes for what was it?
An Adept League matchup. We've got the Colts and the Monkeys again. So can the Adept Monkeys do what the Origin Monkeys were not able to? So we'll be back soon. Stick around. I'll be back. Maybe a little bit unclear who I'll be joined by just due to unfortunate conflicts, but there's a lot more Rocket League to come. So stick around.
Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power.
Infinite power.
infinite power, infinite power, power.
Infinite power.
Good evening, FDL viewers. Welcome back to our final match of the evening on this Sunday night. We've got an awesome Adept League matchup between the Colts and the Monkeys. Monkeys hopefully getting an opportunity to redeem their franchise tonight, take home a win. I am Professor Freak, currently joined by myself, but we are waiting for a goose to come up from the south. I got a little bit delayed, unfortunately, but there has been a sighting of Galloway. That should be here later, but in the hopes of getting you all to see some good Rocket League, we're going to jump into things, and I'm going to have the players join up and watch some great Rocket League. This should be a good matchup. Both teams coming in with 1-3 records. This is actually a cross-conference matchup, but definitely both of these in a must-win position for this point in the series. So a lot riding on this. See, we've got the kickoff. We've got Zaya going against Chronic Illness. And we've got two casters in a row in these matches. We've got Awesome Bill on the side of the Colts. This is throwing me off a little bit with the standard colors because the Colts are orange and the Monkeys are blue, but they are the home team. So Revolting Hades dribbling that ball, but intercepted by Awesome Bill, who's going to play that and gets a nice 50. Can he get that ball center? No. Zia misses the clear. Chronic keeping that ball in an awkward spot, but revolting Hades is able to control that. Oh, but maybe not able to follow it up. Does look like the monkeys are a little low on boost. Awesome Bill is going to come in and hit that ball center. Chronic is there, but that is cleared well by Hades. How will Chronic play this? Hades is not giving any opportunity for Chronic to clear that. A bit of an awkward ball, just missed, but that it does go over to safety. Zaya is going to play that ball center. Bill is all over it. But here comes Hades knocking that ball back center. But thus far, pretty even. Opportunities somewhat limited at both ends, but definitely I feel like the series can go either way at this point. Chronic is able to get a nice clear that will allow him the opportunity to get boost and a demo on Hades. So Bill is going to take control of that ball. I like that idea. Maybe a bit of a mistouch right there. That does give Zion an opportunity to challenge, but a nice hit by Chronic is going to send things down into the monkey's path. But Bill, again, there is challenging relatively early, not giving the monkeys any opportunity, but a demo coming out. Actually, that's a double demo, so fairly even for both teams. The 50 went back on the monkey's side, and another demo coming in. So we're seeing a fair amount of demo plays thus far, and oh my gosh, the goose is loose. There is a Galloway Sackett in the lobby, and he should be joining me in the casting booth soon. We're all very excited about that. In the meantime, we've got some broccoli going on. Zaya is going to handle this one off the back wall. Does take control of that. Bill just misses the challenge. Zaya gets a very favorable 50. Could hit this ball center. He does, but Illness is able to keep that ball in a relatively safe position. Zaya turning on that just off. Almost had that ball. I like that turn right there. Definitely being very aggressive right now, the monkeys in offense, but the Colts are able to clear that safety. So very even thus far. We're almost halfway through the match, and there have not been any goals. And I heard that lovely sound that let me know there's a goose in the casting booth. Galloway, are you here?
Honk!
He's here.
Sorry, ran into some flight turbulence, but I'm here now, ladies and gentlemen.
How far south did you go?
Oh, well, you know, I heard Brazil is nice this time of the year, so I tried checking it out. Got a little bit of a suntan, not going to lie. Got a little bit of a nice scenery, but I'm here for some classic FTL action with my boy Freak, and I'm looking forward to it. Please, tell me how I've missed in the 3 minutes.
You haven't missed anything because these teams have been so nice knowing you're late that neither has scored a goal thus far. So they wanted to save the action for you. So I would say they're doing it just out of the politeness of their hearts, but I would say this has been a very even matchup thus far. Chronic now taking control of the ball. Is he able to get this center for his teammate? Bumped off it by Hades, going to take control of the ball. And yeah, I mean, what we've seen tonight, Galloway, is just a lot of back and forth play, a couple of good opportunities, but both teams playing well in both the offensive and defensive end.
Yeah, it seems like it, especially as I'm looking at the scoreboard and just how these two teams have been playing. I can very easily see how it's an even match. Right there, Zaya unable to get control of the ball from that awkwardness and the goalpost. The best defender in the game coming out of nowhere. Arcade style, like it's John Cena coming out of nowhere. Zaya trying to get in there to score, but unable to do so, as Bill will be teaming up with that goalpost, tag teaming, if you will, to stick to the theme that I was setting up. Zaya stopping it in the midfield. Hades turning on it, but Bill will be beating them to it. They're going to take it to that corner. Going to try to pinch that up, and Professor Freak. God, there might be no goals.
Oh my goodness, that save coming down from the heavens to save it, but Bill is able to knock it in, reading that, playing it patiently, waiting for things to be developing. I mean, you got to give Hades so much credit for coming in and making that first save, but he's not able to make the second. And you have the Colts finally scoring. And I feel like, Galloway, when you score this late in the game first, that's a pretty good indicator that you might win.
It can be, but Freak, as I know you and I have seen way too often, that whenever the first goal happens, another one can very quickly follow it up. And as I speak it into existence, which I have christened the Casher Blessing, hold Hades able to get it around the defense. Zaya able to throw that one in, and we are tied up at 34 seconds remaining, and it is a brand new game with almost no time on the clock whatsoever. Zaya playing it patiently. Chronic going for the 50. It will just stalemate out to the midfield. Bill beating him out. Never mind, Hades winning the 50. Wide open net. If he can get it on target, can't quite get it. Bumps Chronic then throws it to the side, goes for the demo, can't quite get it, and Professor Freak, boy, should have been another goal. Just unfortunately could not with that wide open net, and they're the hardest shots to hit, man.
You know, the Colts have been benefiting from great defense on behalf of the post tonight. And yeah, I mean, it does feel like this could go either way. I got a nice caster curse after I said, momentum might have been going in the way of the Monkeys, but definitely, or excuse me, the way of the Colts. But we've got overtime. Yeah, I feel like this game could go either way. I see a Galloway first team to make a mistake. The other team's going to pounce on that.
That is how often it does go. Like right there, for example, there's this awkward there in the wall. Both of the players for the Colts getting caught over there, and it just allowed Zaya to get the big long clear to throw it home. Great pass from Revolting Hades, and that will give this Monkeys team game 1 and OT. If that's any kind of indicator for how this series is going to go, Freak, I am all for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this will progress. I mean, this easily could have gone the other way. Fairly even shooting, even saves. I mean, it's really that last play that, it looks like Bill maybe got a bit of a miss hit, and then we all know that feeling, the floating with no boost purgatory as you come down to earth watching the play happen. So I'll see how the Colts bounce back, but yeah, absolutely, Galloway. I can see this series easily swinging back the other way.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with the first game being this back and forth, this almost indifferent to scoring, if you will, it's one that just you really can't predict. You can try to make predictions on how things might go just from what you've seen, but in the end, it's really just your speculations because it's such a tight series. It could easily explode open one way. A team could get caught out so much and then just never get caught back up. It could just be a dogfight the entire way. But game 2 is underway. That will give us more insight to how this series will play out. And I am so looking forward to this.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to cast one Game 5 series. I would love for it to beat another because I always want more Rocket League.
So true. Even if it's at our production man's expense on a Sunday night, it is more content for us and for the league. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens here. But Bill getting a good save, keeping it away, but can't get it as he overdrifts around it. Going to try to get a hold of it. A little bit of miscommunication there from the 2 on the blue. But Bill winning out a good 50 will make it a little bit awkward. Gets the boost. Isaiah will clear it out. And Freak, 30 seconds in, still some more of that stalemate game.
Yeah, I mean, it's, not a good opportunity. Great demo coming out from Hades, though, really putting the Colts in a rough spot. But Bill does get a very favorable spawn. I'm a little surprised he didn't control that ball. I don't think he had to clear that right away. But I can definitely see this Galloway going either way. Both sides have had some opportunities, but nobody's really pulling away.
And sometimes that's just the way it goes through to no fault of either team. But sometimes the balls just don't go towards the net. Sometimes that net does the Cupid shuffle, sliding to the left and or to the right. I have seen it. I swear that goal moves, especially whenever I'm shooting on it. But right now, this could be a breakaway for the Monkeys if Zai can get control of it before the defense can get there. A beautiful pass over. Revolting coming in a little bit fast. Couldn't get himself stabilized in time. Going for the bump on Beal, but Beal jumping early, avoids it. Zaya, low boost, will try to keep pushing this ball forward. That's going to be a great center. Revolting, seeing Beal coming in. Last second, does veer off. And it's a fantastic job of just reading the defense. And this right here should be a great clearway if Hades can get a hold of it, which he could not. So Freak, again, just fantastic defense, fantastic offense, but still no clear shot on what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, credit to both teams. Like, solid defensive rotations. They're not finding a lot of situations where somebody's caught defending in a 2v1. Somebody's always rotating back. So keep seeing saves being made. But there is goal number 1. Looks like Zaya had that, but yeah, that was Zaya that was on the wall. Looks like I thought he had it, but just sweep past him, and he's not able to clear that ball without it going into Chronic. Great positioning by Chronic there to prevent that clear. So the Colts strike first again, Galloway. I mean, same thing as last night.
Indeed, but if the Monkeys score here really quickly, that would be, I think, an interesting precursor where they have not scored. I think we might be breaking away from any kind of tradition that might have started off in the series. It's going to be a big time 50. Revolting will send this out mid, but it is off target, a little bit wide. Bill trying to beat it around Zaya will do so. It's going to be 1v1. Hades is back to clear it away. Chronic coming in, but loses the 50 to Revolting. Zaya called them off, going for it. Hades going to have to back off now. Excuse me there. And just more solid defense, just trying to play the corner game, trying to get it out slowly but steady. And one of the things that's really has impressed me so far, Freak, is the Monkeys' ability to play defense with minimum expenditure of that boost. They always seem to have boosts left over.
Yeah, they seem to be prepared for a counterattack whenever they have the opportunity. Maybe with the exception right there, Zaya is a little bit light, but their defense has been solid. They definitely just need to find a way to get the ball past the Colts. And I am always one to suggest the demo plays. We haven't really seen demo plays from either team yet, Galloway.
Yeah, neither one of these players are really known for very often going for the demos. Every now and then you will see them getting demos and whatnot, but you don't see it too often from these four actually incorporating as their main strategy. So it'll be interesting to see if that ever does come out, if a team does feel that kind of pressure to actually go into it. But Bill will be beating out Hades. It'll be a 50 or a three-way 50, if you will, a thrifty. Trying to make that happen. Hades almost getting that to go in, almost hitting the goalpost. If he could have, that been perfectly center. But Zaya with a great carry. Can't quite get around Bill, who makes a fantastic 50.
That was a great flick there, but yeah, I mean, I feel like the Colts, somebody is always there in defense. It's not that, they're making necessarily incredible saves or anything, though they have had some good saves. It's just there's always somebody there to defend. It's very seldom an open net, even though I think I've heard you would argue that the open net is a very tough defender.
Oh, I don't have to argue. I will just flat out state it, but Bill, not caring about what the net looks like, will take it up over Zaya here, I believe it was. Yeah, Zaya from that pass coming in from Chronic. A great goal. Now 2-0, the biggest lead we have seen all series. Here in a death league, that's not always a death knell. By no means it is in any league, but with a great save coming out there, I don't think the Monkeys are too deterred. That can be a great beat. Zaya now in a favorable position. If they can win the great 50 here, that goes straight down. Hades maybe can put it in. Does put it.
Oh, he gets
target. It does go in, and we are back within one.
I was holding my breath for the Monkeys on that play. I was so afraid that might have bounced out, and they got the favorable roll. So you're absolutely right. Like, Monkeys have an opportunity here. I don't want to see it like the last series. I mean, where they go down 2-0. So there's still an opportunity for them. Will they take full advantage of it? This could be a good start. That ball is hit in a dangerous spot, but well handled by Bill. And I still feel like, even though it's 2-1 right now, Galloway, this is an extremely even series.
Oh, yeah, especially with the Monkeys getting shots off right now, but this ball will finally get cleared away. We'll get thrown down by, I think, Bill, and Colts will take this one. And if I'm not mistaken, that will give this. That was the overlay. I think is broken. That was what?
That was game
1-1?
number 2.
This is 1-1 now, right?
This is 2-0 in favor of the Colts right now. Oh, it is 1-1. Why did I think?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
think
correct. It is. It is
Yeah.
1-1. I'm sorry, I had that confused. So
It's okay.
nice
I'll blame the
turnaround.
overlay.
Nice turnaround here from the Colts. And you know what? Like, again, I would say very even from a stat perspective, but the Colts had a couple of great center plays, a couple of great challenges that went in their favor, and when they got the opportunities, they took full advantage.
Oh yeah.
If you're the Monkeys in the situation, Galloway, do you make any adjustments? I don't feel like they're necessarily playing like off.
No, because game 1 really was tit for tat. Game 2 started to feel a little bit better for them. Their gameplay is working, and it's getting tighter as they're getting more used to playing that gameplay against this Monkeys team. If you're the Monkeys, you don't really, or Colts, you don't really need to change anything. What it is right now is the Monkeys who have to adapt. Yes, it's a 1-1 series. You're not at match point yet, but uh, it was a tight game one that you won, had to go to OT. It was a tight game too, but it did go ultimately in the favor of the Colts without the OT this time. You can make the argument that it is slowly getting better and better for the Colts, whereas the Monkeys, they have to be the ones who improve the consistency of the gameplay to make it happen. So for them, I want to see them ramp it up just a little bit, make this consistent, and infield passing, or those passing plays a little bit more. You get that going, I think that'd be the perfect counter for what they need.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Colts did have a good opportunity early, a good shot, but that there was a great save that Hades made, and a bit of an awkward play. But it looks like the Monkeys maybe a little bit anxious about playing too far up, and I feel like this can also happen too, Galloway. When you get these type of series that are really close, neither team wants to commit super hard and get caught in a position. Oh, Zaya almost sneaking that ball in there. But maybe now we have a bit more aggression coming out for the Monkeys. You think they're playing a little bit more aggressively, Galloway?
It does seem like it, and which would be fantastic. That's what I want to see from them. I want to see them getting into it, not giving this Colts team room to breathe and feel comfortable. Because once the team starts feeling comfortable, it's just so much less work to make things happen. If you're not comfortable, you're on edge. You're always at a position of where you might second guess yourself. But when you're feeling comfortable, you second guess yourself much less. Rocket League is a very, very mental game. That's a great effort there. And the boost stealing from the Monkeys is paying off. But Bill able to get a big clear, will survive that kind of pressure. But now revolting Hades, trying to throw it back in. I like the effort. Does get a demo out of it, but does lose the initial 50, which kills all their offensive momentum. And now they're having to rush back to defense. Freak. It's just. The Monkeys are right there on the precipice of it. It's just they're not quite able to grasp it like the Colts did in Game 2.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this game could easily go either way. Both teams having opportunities, but still both defenses holding fairly solid. We did see a demo play coming out from the Monkeys, which I definitely think was a good thing. But Chronic, handled the defense really solid and was able to get that ball clear. Could be a bit of an awkward spot, but it was handled well by Zaya. And yeah, I mean, it's very much like Game 1 right now, Galloway. We're almost halfway through with now the goal scored, and this has really been a defensive battle.
Mm-hmm. And not only a defensive battle either, because it has been. But a lot of the defense is not even at the goal either. It's been in the midfield. It's been on the corners. It's a low shot count game, I'll say, as another shot right there goes in. But, of course, we'll have saved out. But it's really just been a low shot count game. These two teams are really just not letting the other ones ever really have a good, solid chance.
Yeah, both teams able to effectively get out of defense too, able to turn things into potential counterattack. This is a counterattack opportunity. Oh, it's just off. Hades almost sniping that. Kind of like he tried to snipe that same post and got the favorable roll last game. Not able to get it this game. But Zaya's still there. He's centering Hades here, and he gets it in. That's a great center ball by Zaya. A great read by Hades. It looked like the defender got caught a little awkward. Yeah, coming off that post is a very tough situation. Hades hit that ball perfectly. So, yeah, to your point, the Monkeys are bringing it right now, Galloway.
Indeed, them ramping up the energy and just intensity is definitely what's going to be needed against this Colts team, which likes to take their time. They like to set themselves up when they can. So if anytime you can take it to them, just take it off the cars, put the pressure on them, just give them that presence. That's going to work to your favor. It may not always work out, but it will definitely help. Right there's going to be a good shot attempt, but Bill will be reading that, gets it clear with the 50. Chronic going to try to keep pushing it around, but can't beat Hades on that. Bill's going to play that awkward. Hades trying to throw it around him, does get it around him, but doesn't have to boost to immediately push it. So he elects for the boost steal and then for the bump, which is a solid play. I like it. That's part of that aggression we were talking about earlier, Freak, about maybe going in there, getting aggressive, maybe going for that bump plays like you were talking about. But there's another demo as I try to throw it off to you. Hasn't really mounted into a lot of goals, but it definitely has, I feel like, slowed down the momentum of this Colts team a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to immediately result in a goal, because what it can mean is just you have a defender that thinks, well, that's a good shot by Bill. well defended. But yeah, enough demos, and Hades is going to score on the counterattack. That was a good shot from Bill, but honestly, so well defended. Hades putting that ball clear and then easily able to follow up. And I feel like this is one of the challenges when you're playing a really solid defense like the Colts are right here in that Monkeys defense, is that you try so hard to score that you get out of position eventually. And I feel like that was a clear position mistake. So I like what I'm seeing from the Monkeys right now, Galway. I like how they've made adjustments.
Absolutely, they've adjusted very well to it. You can definitely tell the Colts are feeling it in this game 3. And now with Hades getting a beautiful shot up and over the defense, that will seal the deal for game number 3. The Monkeys will go to match point in a beautiful fashion. They reacted and adapted precisely as how I wanted them to from game 2. Now it's going to be up to the Colts to have to make the changes to gameplay like you were asking me at the end of game 2. Can they adapt to it? And not only that, but can they regain the tempo and put it back on the speed they wanted?
Yeah, I mean, they held. It was so close for the first half of that game. I mean, either side. But yeah, when you look at this, I mean, Hades really having a phenomenal game, doing it on both sides of the ball there. But was very even through the first half of that. Now we do have a server reset request
From the Colts.
from the Colts, so we will be going forward with that. Just making note.
Indeed, and our production team has responded to that, so we'll get all these players out, and we'll get that information back out to the players. I'll leave, and while we do that, they'll give us time to break this down, how the Colts need to react to what the Monkeys did differently that time, because the Monkeys, they ramped it up. They added speed to the gameplay and put that pressure with, especially Hades getting those bumps and demos there. That didn't always contribute, but like you said, did add up eventually to player or mental fatigue and just fatigue elsewhere on the field to kind of stop chances from happening. So
Yeah,
what
I
do
mean,
the Colts need to do differently here to respond?
I think first and foremost, I think requesting a server reset, because as you pointed out last game, Yahweh, I mean it's such a mental game. So if you even feel like there is an issue with your ping or touches are off, like that can start to mess with your mental game. So I do think that was smart of them. If Bill's feeling that's off, or if it's uh I forget the other. I remember Chronic is feeling that's off, getting that reset. But I feel like they can't play as passively as they've been.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, at least not in midfield play. Maybe challenge a little bit more aggressively. Their defense has been solid, but they've gotten caught out of position a couple of times. They've had to stretch for goals, especially going against another really solid defense, and they've been counterattacked. So I'd love to see them to try and do something to put the Monkeys on their back foot.
Absolutely. And not only that, but also get into a position where the Colts can take their gameplay. Because, no, funnily enough, Colts known for galloping, known for their speed. This Colts team likes to take it slow, but we will have a 1v1 Hades and Chronic kissing in the tree near the corner. Bill versus Zaya is going to be happening now. Zaya will get the clear route. We'll go for the free open net. We'll get the touch and score, and we will have the first goal going in favor of the Monkeys. Not quite the kind of speed that we were talking about that the Colts would have wanted in the Rule 1, but bless both of these players for respecting it.
Yes, I mean, neither team getting bad juju because they both obeyed the rule that we all must obey. But also, yes, when we talk about speed, having both of the players that are not in the Rule 1 be without boost and just a slow goal is very opposite of the speed. But yeah, that's an unfortunate start to the match for the Colts. How will they respond from there? Can they up the pace? Oh, there's a miss coming in from Bill there. But again, there's a lot of time left. I think if you're the Colts, you just have to relax and say, that was an unfortunate circumstance. I don't blame one. I wasn't ready for that.
Indeed, Zaya, however, now going to take it up. We'll get it up over Chronic. It's going to be a little bit awkward. Bill having no boost couldn't get that corner, but will be challenges nonetheless. Hades able to stay calm and clear that out. not getting too much pressure by the low boost Bill. Chronic is low boost himself, picking up the pass where he can, sends it to the corner. Zaya not touching it. This will turn into a 2v1. Bill with no boost. You would think that when you have no boost, the other player would go charging in to get a demo, make it where you can just easily dribble up with that 0 boost, not to worry about going for a 50. But the Colts play that, and I said I want them to play at their speed, which is a little bit slower than the Monkeys, but that felt a little too slow. But with a great save there, they didn't get scored on. Maybe they can regain from that.
Yeah, you know, I think they had a great opportunity there. Even if like Bill can get maybe a 50, unlike the situation where he got challenged from behind by Zaya there. So this is a good opportunity for Chronic. Oh, the beat by Hades is going to score another counterattack goal, and this is I feel that the Monkeys are really punishing the Colts on these counterattack opportunities. They read the pass, and Hades is like, "Excuse me, is this pass to your teammate? No, it's a pass to me."
Yeah, I agree. It feels like the Monkeys are just picking apart the Colts right now with that speed, and I don't quite know for sure. I see hints here and there of perhaps communication not being quite what it needs to be for the Colts. They just called out saying, "Hey, go for this bump for me. Hey, I'm going to be center. If you can get a 50, put it there. Hey, I don't quite have the boost to receive this pass. I almost have to back off." I don't know if maybe the communication is just not quite there for the Colts. We'll have to see. But that being said, Bill will be trying to take us down into the corner. Does not get the bump on Hades. Hades demoing Chronic will help out a lot, especially as I was unable to really get the clear. But Bill being there to get it, Hades able to get the boost spawn as it instantly came up. Chronic trying to pass that off the backboard, can't really get it. Chronic trying to catch it, but Zaya will clear it. Bill trying to send it back in, but Zaya taking it away from him. Chronic now going against 50 for Zaya. Zaya will win it. Zaya going up against Bill, wins that 50 as well. Hades going up for it. Zaya also going up for it, says, "No, brother, this one's mine. Step back," and he will score his second goal. Monkeys up 3 with just under 2 minutes remaining. If you're Colts, you have got to figure it out quickly.
Yeah, you know, I'm noticing like there's a lot of times where the Colts are very low on boost. They're still choosing to attack, and again, like that's setting yourself up for the counterattack. Again, credit where credit is due. That was a great 50 by Zaya to have that ball go center. But yeah, I mean, you could call it boost management, maybe call it, you know, aggressive play by the Monkeys to keep them so boost off. But when those sorts of mistakes start coming out, that's an unforced error right there. Chronic doesn't even need to touch that ball, but I think you just panic. And yeah, it's not looking good for the Colts right now, Galloway.
And see, that right there is a perfect example of what I said. I'm seeing those hints of communication not being where it needs to be. Right there, if you're Bill, you see he looks maybe a little bit awkward, or even if he's not awkward, if you're Bill, you have the perfect place to see where the Monkeys are at. You can say, "Hey, look, there's nobody on you. Take your time, control it, just clear it out. You don't have to panic. Don't have to do a weird touch or flip to it. Just take the time to get the save." And instead, we see Chronic just go for it a second time really quickly, not needing to put the rush on it. And that led to that fourth goal. And I think that one is going to be the nail in the coffin for sure. I don't want to count a team out, but both Monkeys are up. Bill, full boost, never met him in the air. And I don't necessarily say that's a negative thing, not going up, because you don't know who's going to go for that ball first. You have to play a little bit safe if you can't tell the depth. But at some point, you have to go up for it, try to eliminate the range that the ball can go towards the net. And I think that's just the anticipus of what's been going on here. Freak, Monkeys just a little bit faster.
Yeah, a little bit faster and not afraid to go. I mean, not afraid to go double commit, essentially. But it did make a very awkward read for the Colts. And yeah, the Colts seem a little bit less willing to make certain challenges. And again, I feel like the mental is just not there as much. Maybe not feeling as confident. I mean, there's technically still is enough time, but this is going to be a very tough task for the Colts to do it. Getting a golden start. Oh, Bill not able to slot that. And again, it's like the Monkeys are right back on the attack. So yeah, these Monkeys are aggressive.
Aggressive enough that they almost ungoaled it, but Hades not becoming an honorary Eagles quite yet. Will get demoed, however, by Chronic. Bill unable to get to that ball. Chronic was losing the 50 there. We'll play it. We'll put it reverse Terry to try to clear it out. But Hades taking away, throwing that in there. And it is all but over as Monkeys are 6-0 right now in game 4. A beautiful game, just absolutely beautiful, ramping up in pace from this Monkeys team, just turning things around to their favor. Colts put up a good fight, but just slowly start getting outsped, out-galloped, if you will.
Yeah, you could tell how uncomfortable the Colts were getting just with the pace of play and just the general style of play. You know, whether even if there weren't direct goals as a result of the demos, I think just getting hit by Hades a bunch of time. And here is the 7th goal. Now, a good question for you, Galloway. If you are the Monkeys, do you not go for the kickoff in hope that
Yes.
the Colts knock it straight in?
Yes. I would not go for it. I would see if they will take themselves to Brazil or not.
Oh,
But
they
Hades-
decided to go for it.
Hades not wanting to pad the stats anymore for the other team said, you know what? I'm going to kill this right here and now. No need to go to Brazil at this time of night. That sounds like a nightmare anyways. Let me get some sleep. We're old men around here.
Yeah, he's like goal differential matters. I'm not taking one when we could have a 7-0 win.
Exactly.
And
we'll-
clearly a very lopsided win by the Monkeys in this last game of what was an otherwise really close series, Gal. I think that's the surprising part is I feel up until halfway through game 3, this series could conceivably go either way.
I agree. I mean, it really could have gone either way, but the Monkeys just outpaced, caught the Colts flat-footed, never really let the Colts get into rhythm, which I think was a huge difference because the Monkeys got comfortable. They started just not second guessing, but just going for it, like we had said. They just charged in, whereas the Colts seemed to just be second guessing themselves a lot. Which, when you're starting to get the tables flipped on you like that, that's going to happen. But I feel like the Monkeys won out that mental game and then just won out the pace game. And I think that at that point it was just game over.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm wondering if we're gonna get the Monkeys in here for an interview. Uh, just waiting to see if they'll jump in there. But I think it was a great series for us to watch, and a good example of how sometimes too, Galloway, you just get a mismatch of style. Sometimes you have a slow-paced team that goes against a very fast-paced team, and the slow-paced team drives them nuts and controls the pace and end up winning. And then you have the example I think that we saw tonight where the faster-paced team kept ramping up the speed and was just beating them to every ball and you get that slower team uncomfortable when they feel like then they're stretching to meet that pace.
Yeah, whenever it comes to that kind of battle of slower versus faster, it's all about who wins controlling that tempo. If you control it, you need to just win this 50s, control it against the other team, make them go flying out, make them spread themselves too thin or too wide. And if you're the team at speed, it's all about keeping the other team on the back foot, keeping them awkward, not letting them really get set up for things and just catching them by intercepting the ball or whatnot. And that's what we saw the Monkeys do. They controlled that tempo after waking up in game 3. And that really was the difference maker. And I don't believe we will be getting either one of these Monkeys, which is unfortunate. I will have to fuss at them later on and tell them, "Get your tails in here. We love y'all. We want to hear from you."
We might be getting one. We put out the bananas and we lured them in here.
We did. Revolting Hades has joined us. Will your team be joining us, or will it be the king of the hour himself?
Hold on.
He's fighting the Terminators right now, folks. Hold on 1 second. Hades, my man, how you doing, brother?
How do I put this shit on speaker?
He's give him a break, folks. He's ruling the underworld. Gotta deal with a lot of souls to ferry across the river Styx. Some
Indeed.
Greek mythology jokes for you that know that.
Yep, we appreciate that. He has gotten the approval of the Cerberus dog and just joined the boatman. But he's figuring out his phone with Discord mode. Let us know when you're good to go, brother. That daggone box of technology calculators are much more simpler.
I prefer a cup and string personally. And I think that's how we should do all of our casting from now on. I think the sound quality is unique.
All right, now I can hear you guys.
There he is.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
How you doing, brother? How was the mood in that VC with you and Zaya when y'all were able to pull that after game 2, but were able to pull that turnaround in game 3, and then just game 4 just took it and ran with it?
We were just vibing, man. We got some couple games in before the series, and we were feeling pretty good. He said he was tired, so he wasn't sure if he was gonna play. Talked him into playing because I knew we could pull it out.
Well, definitely, yeah, great win by you guys. Do you feel like you guys made any adjustments? Because it definitely seemed it was a very even series until about halfway through game 3, and it was all you guys for the rest of the season, or rest of the match.
No clear decision to change up the play style. Just I think we were trying to be better with comms and a little bit more aggressive with our play style.
I think the aggression was noted. You guys were some aggressive monkeys out there.
Well, we are aptly named.
Yeah. Well, it certainly did feel like it, because after game 2 where they stomped on your bunch of bananas, y'all, it really did look like you took it personally, especially started going in there more for those demos and bumps. That aggression, I think, playing a pivotal part, and y'all just running away with it. Was that an actual calculated change, or is it just like, were the demos actually just opening up more to you, or were you just more focused on, look, I will disrupt this one way or another?
Yeah, after the first game, they kind of got me a few times, and I'm like, all right, I can answer. I can answer. So I just started going for them more often.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to make them uncomfortable. I mean, we were commenting that even if it didn't lead to a lot of goals, just that thought of like, is Hades gonna be getting me? Also, I think Galloway and I have to give credit where credit is due. You stuck in the rule 1, and it also got a goal for your team, which is like double good karma.
Huge.
Always can't break it.
Oh, I mean, anytime that somebody does, we always say that it's just, they just should forfeit a game right then and there. But yeah,
Hey,
that's
ball don't
fine.
lie. You know what I mean? Ball don't lie.
That's right. And ball Isaiah did to get that ones play going off. And I really don't have too many questions for you, man. I appreciate you showing up. I know you're probably getting tired yourself after
Oh
having
yeah.
to beat down a team like that. It can spend some energy. And we ain't young folks no more, are we?
No, we are not, man. I gotta start getting my kids ready for bed.
Oh man, for Freak, if you don't have any more questions, do you?
No, I was just gonna say, that feels like probably good win to get mid-season. How do you guys feel about your prospects for the rest of the season?
After these last 2 weeks, I think we've really turned it around, and we have a good chance to make a push.
Awesome. I'd love to see it.
Absolutely. And is there anybody that you want to shout out real quick before we take this away?
I mean, my wife and my kids, of course.
Oh, always, man, always. It feels that. But that will be it for FDL tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all joining us throughout the entire weekend. It has been an absolute blast. Especially me showing up 3 minutes late because of that turbulence in the air. Thank you, Freak, for doing a fantastic job holding that down in the solo casting, and Thor in the production booth behind us. Without you, man, this wouldn't even happen tonight. So everybody give him some love in the chat. But that will be it for this weekend. We will be back next Friday, hopefully at 8 p.m., to have more fantastic high octane Rocket League action. This has been Galway Sackett speaking for Professor Freak and Thor. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend or week.
Yeah.